What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Avalon, and welcome to a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. Hold on. It's like in the middle of trying to send the live stream to all the other places. But anyway, welcome to Chris Avalon Unfiltered, a show where we go and basically talk about all the celebrity news, hot topics, anything that's going on in entertainment. So, for those of you who are just now tuning in, do yourselves a solid and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button so that way you know when we go live with a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. All right, so we have a lot of tea to get to because I know it's today is pre-Super Bowl, that big concert that Usher is gonna be having that, the 49ers and the Chiefs is gonna be performing at. So yeah, so we got a lot of tea to talk about. We're going to be talking about the Roll Hall of Fame nominees. Michael Jackson's estate has sold his catalog to Sony for a huge payout. A certain reality family is returning to TV. We also got news on Chrisean Rock being sued, and rightfully so. Britney Spears apparently has a beef with J Lo over her sampling Justin Timberlake on her new song "This Is Me Now." Plus, Wendy Williams' ex-husband Kelvin Hunter is furious over this upcoming Lifetime docuseries about his ex-wife. Donna Summer and Ozzy Osbourne has a bone to pick with Kanye, who's out here sampling people's music without their permission. Plus, the Swifties is coming after Kanye again because apparently he name drops her in his upcoming one of his songs on his upcoming album that ain't nobody asked for. Plus, we're gonna give a huge congratulations to RuPaul, who made history as the first drag queen to have a wax figure at Madame Tussauds in London. So we're going to talk about that. Plus, we're going to talk about Madonna inviting Plain Jane on stage at her recent celebration tour. I got some thoughts. And we have the tea on which pop act will be headlining the White Party in Palm Springs. So yeah, so like I said before we get into the show, do yourselves a solid and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button so that way you will know when we go live with a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. All right, so let me hit my banner. And without further ado, let's get into our first topic, which is the list of celebrities who have been nominated for the upcoming Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2024. So on February 10th, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced that Mariah Carey, Cher, and Mary J. Blige are among its 15 nominees who could possibly be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Now, other great artists who made the list are Ozzy Osbourne, who we're going to get into later on because he got a beef with Kanye, Sade, A Tribe Called Quest, Lenny Kravitz, the late Sinead O'Connor, Dave Matthews Band, Eric B. and Rakim, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Jane's Addiction, Kool and the Gang, and Oasis. Now, out of the 15 nominees, 10 are on the ballot for the first time. The only artists who are making a return to the ballot is Mary J. Blige, Dave Matthews Band, Eric B. and Rakim, Jane's Addiction, and A Tribe Called Quest. Now, for an individual artist or band to be eligible for nomination, they must have released their first commercial recording at least 25 years prior to the year of nomination. Now, in a press release, John Sykes, who is the chairman of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation, revealed how he felt about this year's nominees, saying, "This remarkable list of nominees reflects the diverse artists and music that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame honors and celebrates. Continuing the true spirit of rock and roll, these artists have created their own sounds and have impacted generations and influenced countless others who have followed in their footsteps." So now, I will say this I actually agree with. And I actually like the list of people who are on this list. Like Ozzy Osbourne is an icon. Sade is, of course, an icon, and she has influenced so many people, including like a lot of these Janae Aikos and these, a lot of these girls that y'all be listening to now. Yes, Sade set the foundation. And even Aaliyah, the late Aaliyah, was deeply influenced by Sade and so many others. So, yeah, Sade definitely deserves to be on this list. I am a huge fan of A Tribe Called Quest. Like, when I was a kid, I used to listen to their music and stuff as well. Lenny Kravitz has been in the game for so damn long, so he deserves to be on there. Sinead O'Connor, I kind of feel bad because I feel like as someone who has been a staple in the world and has always she's a protest singer and has stood up against the establishment and has called out people on their BS, especially like religion, the Catholic religion, especially when it came to the real enemies of Catholicism, which is like the people inside the church and trying to cover up sexual abuse and all that stuff. And she has spoken out about that. She's also spoken out about genocide and stuff. So Sinead definitely deserves to be on this list. I just wish that she were alive to receive this prestigious award. So who knows? Maybe her son or somebody from her management team who was a part of that before she passed will accept the award. But I do hope that she makes the list. So a lot of people on here is great. Now I know Cher kind of just I think she told him to kiss her behind basically when it came to this award. So I don't even think she even cares at this point whether or not she wins one. So um good luck to y'all. It'd be cute to see who actually makes the list and who actually walks away with it and all that good stuff. So shout out to her, shout out to them, and shout out to whoever makes the list. All right, so let's move on to our next topic and let's talk about Michael Jackson. Speaking of, you know, making a lot of moves and things. So, in what is likely the largest transaction for a solo musician's body of work, Sony has completed an agreement to acquire half of Michael Jackson's publishing and recorded masters. Now, the deal values the music assets at above 1.2 billion, according to Billboard. But I also heard that it might be 1.5 billion. Still, it's a whole lot of money whichever way you slice it. Now, the outlet also estimated that Sony will pay at least 600 million for its stake. An attorney for Jackson's estate declined to comment to Rolling Stone on this story. Now, last February, Variety reported that Jackson's estate was in negotiations seeking 800 million to 900 million for half of its interest in the singer's music catalog. At the time, Billboard assessed that the estate earned about 75, sorry, million annually, with assets including ownership of master recordings, publishing for Jackson's share of his songs, the singer's Mijak publishing catalog, and royalties from theatrical shows based on his iconic music. Now, in 2016, 21 years after Jackson and Sony formed Sony ATV Music Publishing, Sony bought out his half of the company in a deal netting the Jackson estate 750 million. Jackson first acquired ATV Music Publishing, which owned the publishing rights to the majority of the Beatles' music, which, Paul McCartney, I believe, still is pissed at Michael over that to this day because he thought they was friends. But Michael was like, "This ain't show friends. This is show business, chair." But anyway, it said which owned the publishing rights to majority of Beatles music in 1985 for 41.5 million. The singer merged his stake in ATV with music of Sony Music to form Sony ATV 11 years later. Now, although Jackson's legacy has faced multiple allegations of child sexual abuse, he continues to be one of the best-selling artists of all time. These claims were the subject of renewed scrutiny following the 2019 release of HBO's documentary Leaving Neverland, in which Wade Robson and James Sapechuk claimed Jackson, who died in 2009, groomed and sexually abused them for years while they were boys. Jackson and his estate reportedly denied the allegations. But what I am actually hoping is that it's covered in this upcoming documentary. But yeah, for the most part, congratulations to whoever made this deal. I'm sure it was somebody within the Jackson camp, obviously, that made this. And I guess you can never have too much money. And at this point, look, Michael ain't got no say so in all this because he's not alive. So whichever deal that they decide to make, I hope it's a good one, and they just gonna have to spread that coin around to whoever. I guess the kids get a piece of it, especially because I hope in Michael's will that he left something to the children that leaves them protected for the rest of their lives. And yeah, say what we want about Michael Jackson, we don't know whether or not these allegations are true or not, but he, he is one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, posthumously, if that's how you say that. Like I forgot to say, you know, now that he's no longer with us, his music is still influential. People are still listening to his music. People still are supporting him. He is huge overseas still, even though I don't know how, America's fickle when it comes to music and who they support and who they don't support. But I know overseas, Michael Jackson is still that dude. So congratulations to him. And congratulations to the estate for all that coin they just accumulated. Because look, with he has the Michael Jackson Broadway thing, and then he has a thing over in Vegas, I believe, and then his music be used in commercials or whatever the case is. So he's doing his thing. He's making it. The family's still making his money. They have to. They have to keep the family they have to keep the legacy and money coming in and all other stuff because Michael Jackson, say what you want. I mean, we could bring Janet as college, but let's be clear, Michael is still one of the biggest Jacksons to ever do it in that family and is making that family a lot of money. And so they're just living off of his coin at this point. All right, so let's get to our next topic and talk about the Braxtons, who are returning to reality TV 2 years after the untimely death of their sister Tracy. Now, the Braxtons will feature remaining family members Tony, Tawana, Trina, Tamar, and their mother, Miss Evelyn, reuniting to share new love, success, heartbreak, ongoing family dynamics, and so much more. Now, WeTV announced Tuesday, this past Tuesday, obviously, during AMC Network's portion of the Television Critic Association's Winter 2024 press tour. Now, according to WeTV, the new series will chronicle the Braxtons during the pandemic quarantine and chronicle the aftermath of the death of Tracy, who died at 50 in 2022 after a battle with esophageal, or is it esophageal cancer. And it says, "Thank you all for sharing our lives." This is what Braxton matriarch Evelyn said in a statement. "I hope that through each one of our experiences, you'll grow with us, inspiring you in your endeavors and teaching you the importance of family love and experiencing life. Remember, we're not perfect. We're only human. Look at God." The hour-long episodes will follow the fast-paced lives of Tony, Tawana, Trina, and Tamar as they balance relationships, motherhood, careers, family, and most important, their sisterhood. Now, Braxton Family Values aired for 7 seasons on WeTV from 2011 to 2020 and also spawned the series Tamar and Vince. And look, this is what I found weird about this whole situation. So, it wasn't that long ago, if I'm not mistaken, that Tamar bitched and moaned about the fact that WeTV was being messy. There was a lot of shady business deals going on behind the scenes. She done cussed everybody out and quit and was talking about she wasn't going to be a part of WeTV. So what changed within that period? Was it that y'all all in need of some coin? Is there a change in management, a shift in management? Like, why would y'all go back to the same people that y'all complained about not that long ago in regards of wanting to revive the Braxton Family Values? Now, there's no shade to that show because I love the Braxton Family Values. I love the show. I don't know if they're going to call it the Braxton Family Values or if they're just going to call it the Braxtons. So I don't know what the name of the show is going to be and what the future holds and all other stuff. I just know that I am excited the show is coming back, and I'll definitely be watching because I love the Braxton Family Values when it was on. I love the show. I love the dynamic between the sisters. It did seem like things got messy at some point because of maybe the producers were trying to push them to be a little more dramatic, which caused this rift. Some people could sit and say that it was Tamar ego that has something to do with the show becoming the mess that it was, and she being spoiled and everything. And I'm sure that Tamar's new boo, her fiance, is gonna be all over that damn show because it's an opportunity for him to get some screen time, to be on camera, to have his moment and other stuff. And he can sit and dick ride Tamar to some success, fame, and all the other stuff. Even though you got your successful law practice, whatever, I tell you, this fame drug is a drug unlike anything that people have experienced. So on one hand, I am looking forward to the Braxtons and what's going to happen. And I'm sure it's going to be, a cute show, whatever. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see the show. I'm a fan of them. So, look, if y'all can have the Kardashians all over our damn TV when we ain't want their ass on there, then everybody else should be able to have their moment in the spotlight as well. Because I don't know anybody that still keep up with the damn Kardashians. Yet they signed that deal with Hulu and they making all their little money over there every damn season. So, um, but also to give you guys an insight, because I didn't really say much about that. They said the WeTV shared an update with what we could expect this season. They said it will feature Tony launching her Las Vegas residency, Love and Laughter, with Cedric the Entertainer at the Cosmopolitan. Well, let's hope she can get through it because she got her lupus and that whole situation. So hopefully she'll be able to get through that show and that residency. And then Tawanda will be balancing business and motherhood as she raises two teenagers, all while playing a major role in the life of her nephew, Kelvin, who is navigating life without his mother, Tracy. Trina is balancing her businesses and being a mother to her two sons, navigating adulthood. And Tamar is expanding her music and media empire, balancing motherhood and navigating how to juggle it all. Now, the Braxtons will be produced by a new company. Executive producers include Tara Long and Ricardo Handy for Blink 49. I almost said Blink 182. Blink 49, the Tari Turner for the Tari Turner Productions. And then, all the sisters and the mother will also be executive producers, while Angela Malloy, WeTV Senior VP of Development and Original Production, is also executive producer. And it says, it is not overstating things to say that this is one of the most significant developments in the history of WeTV and a moment the fans have been waiting for since the final episode of Braxton Family Values aired in December 17, 2020. And that's what the head of WeTV and All Black, Brett Dismuke, had to say. It said the Braxtons are one of the founding families of reality TV, and WeTV viewers were along for the ride through most every moment of the original pioneering series, and they had 148 episodes. So yeah, like I said, they deserve to come back to TV. I'll definitely be watching, and good luck to y'all. Now, speaking of Tamar and this whole situation, we finally got a resolution to what's been going on with this whole fight between Chrisean and James Wright Chanel. So now I know y'all heard the story that, what was it, maybe a month or two ago, Tamar had a concert. Chrisean came and asserted herself in the prayer circle. People was beefing over the fact that how disrespectful she was, where she felt, oh, out of everybody that was in that damn prayer circle, she slithered herself between Tamar and Tony, and people was saying, well, how Tony kind of just moved away, like, who this bitch and why she touched me, and all that, when she had every right to feel that way, because Tony has lupus. People in there, what they and Chrisean will give me like she don't even brush her teeth properly, let alone wipe her own ass or her vagina. So properly, like she give me full on funky butt, or swamp ass. She give me funky spunk all up in the mouth. Like she give me gingivitis. Like her pussy stink. Like she give me that. I just get that from her. Like she got a full on yeast infection down there. A full on, like, you could use that shit to go and bake you a cake with. I wouldn't eat it, but it just give me like she like it's just a whole situation between me down there. But anyway, so then there was a whole situation that came up later on that apparently something happened backstage. Chrisean put her hands on him, and then people was in the comments talking about, oh, well, where's the receipts? We finally got the receipts. People complained about the receipts. Oh, you took too long with the receipts. Now that we're hearing that he's suing, now y'all trying to say that somebody that he took too long to file a lawsuit. Quite as it's kept, I didn't know for some reason that there was a time limit on when you can file lawsuits. But apparently, people ain't never been through no shit and never filed no lawsuit. I find it funny that y'all want to sit up in here and run your mouths on how long it should take for somebody to file a lawsuit when you got to dot all your I's and cross all your T's and have all your shit dealt with before you can decide on when exactly you're going to move forward with the lawsuit that you need to move forward with. So anyway, so it says that Rock was sued on Tuesday for allegedly assaulting a man backstage at a Los Angeles show, then using a homophobic slur, according to court papers reviewed by the Times. The rapper whose name rapper? Yeah, okay, girl, if that's what you want to call her, but I ain't never heard the bitch rap. Her music is trash. If you want to call it rapping, then I guess if y'all like it, I love it. Apparently, so let's move on. So her name apparently is Chrisean Malone, was sued in LA Superior Court on Tuesday after she was accused of punching a man in the face, breaking two of his teeth. According to the lawsuit, Malone was upset and talking to a man named James Wright backstage after a Tamar Braxton performance on November 10th at the Novo, a club on Olympic Boulevard in downtown Los Angeles. I was going to say DTLA, but I was like, let me say it out, the whole thing in case people don't understand what, downtown Los Angeles is DTLA. So it said Malone thought that she was supposed to rap during the show with what music, but Wright believed she was only supposed to take part in a dance performance at the end of the show. I don't even know why y'all decided to invite that broad up on stage to begin with, because y'all could have just left her ass in the audience. When you have no talent to speak up, you should not be allowed to jump on a stage to do any kind of performance. So Malone, who starred on the Zeus Network reality show Baddies, became upset with Wright and struck him several times in the face. And that's why I would have knocked her ass in the fucking throat. I don't care what your damn gender is. You put your hands on me, I'm knocking your ass down to the ground. You're going to lose more than that one tooth you got missing from your mouth. So it said that she was wearing rings at the time. She hit him multiple times in the face for no reason at all. We were surprised that she was able to leave the facility that night. This is what Wright's attorney, Kevin Anderson, said. She had on rings that were pretty much equivalent to brass knuckles. Now, Anderson said that Braxton was in the room when the assault occurred. As Malone was being pulled out of the dressing room where the alleged assault occurred, she used a homophobic slur to describe Wright and said she would hit him again. That's why I say he a better man than me because I'd have knocked that bitch out. I don't give a fuck what your gender is. I always tell people when you can't come at people and expect them to, to react whichever way you want to react. But he did the right thing, in my opinion, that he decided to go to the hospital, deal whatever. If there had to be any kind of dental work or whatever the case was done, that's get your shit situated. Then whatever the bill is, then you could use that in your whole legal situation. And that's what I'm sure he's going to use for emotional distress. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I don't know what he's going to be suing her for, but get her for emotional distress, get her for misdemeanor assault or whatever you want to call it. Have her, do some community service if you can get some out of that. And also with the bill for how much your dental plan is going to cost. Because I heard he had to go to the dentist, which she need to visit several. So, I'm not mad at him over this. Get her for every penny. And what she needs to learn is that there is consequences to your actions. For far too long, people be allowing this broad just do whatever she wants. Y'all think it's cute or whatever for her to be running out here, um, putting her hands on people and saying all kinds of crazy stuff. Like she was just on social media. One, they dragged her over some colorist comments she made. Another thing, this dumb bitch had to run her mouth talking about the reason why what's going on. Oh, this is why I can't with a lot of you people. If y'all don't understand politics, y'all need to stay out of it. Then she gonna run her mouth and talk about the reason why the thing is what's happening with the Palestinians and them being killed is because they don't believe in God. Child, you can't even spell God, let alone give your opinion on God and religion and this other stuff. People need to stay out of grown folk business. This bitch, I believe, truly is the type that was on the back of the bus with the helmet, the short bus, like giving me full on special ed. Like she gives me that. Long before y'all even knew who she was, she gives me full on bang your head on the back seat of the bus on the window with the helmet in the short bus. Like she gives me those T's. Just slow, real slow, and touched. She gives me that. But anyway, so like I said, take this broad for every penny. She has always been trash. I don't understand like how this girl is always consistently able to just do whatever. Y'all think it's cute. Y'all think it's funny that she'll be able to get away with stuff. And no, this is the 2024 has become the year of accountability and take her for every goddamn dollar. How much money she got in her pocket. Because quiet as it's kept, after all that shit she said about Zeus, who else is messing around with her? I don't see her on no other network or no other streaming service that's giving her a check to be acting like a full on buffoon. So yeah, like I said, James, you did the right thing. She said all kinds of other stuff. I don't understand how anybody could rock with her, especially with her saying racist, colorist, homophobic stuff, anti-religion, don't understand anything about politics, and just running her damn mouth because she think it's cute to just because she comes from a generation of, oh, we just say all kinds of whatever because it's going to help us go viral. It's going to help us get attention. Like her getting a tattoo of a man who don't even want her ass or even acknowledge her child on the side of her face. So you keep the shenanigans going. What's next? Like because you got to keep feeding that beast. When you have no talent to speak of, you have to consistently feed the beast with some kind of. So what's the next thing? She gonna do something crazy with that baby? Like, what's the next thing that she gotta do? Because you gotta continue to outdo the last stupidness that you did. So, fuck her. Good luck to you, James Wright Chanel. And like I said, take that bitch for every goddamn penny she got in the bank. Okay, so Rafael De Jesus says, can't believe they have taken. They need to. But the fact of the matter is, where they gonna put it? Because she's unfit to be a mother. Blueface is unfit to be a mother. His ass currently rotting in jail. So at this point, what could either one of like they're both horrible parents. They both shouldn't have been allowed to procreate. He should have been, sterile, and them eggs of her should have been powdered. So yeah. So there's that. But anyway. It's like, damn, Chris, tell us how you really feel, right? All right, so let's move on to our next comment and topic, not comment. And let's talk about Britney Spears, who apparently has a beef with J-Lo. So fans with way too much time on their hands are speculating that Britney Spears has a bone to pick with Jennifer Lopez, who apparently samples Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River on her upcoming album titled track, This Is Me Now. Excuse me. Now, the first time I heard This Is Me Now was when Jenny from the Block performed the track on SNL, Saturday Night Live, last week. I was like, NFL? Why? I guess my brain is on the Super Bowl. But anyway, so the first time, like I said, I heard This Is Me Now was when Jenny from the Block performed the track on SNL last week. However, when I listened to the song, which was clipped from Breathe Heavy's IG page, I could definitely hear the sample J-Lo using the song. Because when I first heard it, I was like, I ain't think nothing of it. I thought the song was cute. It was whatever. She was really trying to make sure them vocals wasn't struggling when she performed it on SNL. So she did a good job. J-Lo been working hard on them vocals, even though, she spent a whole career using other people's backing tracks and vocals and stuff to help uplift hers because her vocals about as thin as Donald Trump's hairline and Stephen A. Smith's. But look, we got to give J-Lo her props. She has been working hard on them vocals, so they ain't struggling as much as they used to. So shout out to her. However, when I first heard the song, I didn't really hear the sample and stuff, but when I heard a clip of the song again, I was like, oh, I hear it. So it was like, the part in Cravia River in the back, like the sample where it goes "Dup, dup, 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 dup," like it kind of has like that sound or whatever that he's using. So that's basically the sample that she uses on the track. I'm like, okay, so what's the sample? Like, what people get mad over? Like, if you're gonna use a sample, use a sample. It shouldn't be a big deal that she's using a sample of someone's song. And whatever had to do with Justin and Britney, that's between y'all. They ain't got shit to do with J-Lo. J-Lo got a lot of other things she need to be concerned about. So apparently Britney also posted on her IG page a caption where people are speculating that she's throwing shade at J-Lo's new single Can't Get Enough, which is in all caps. And another shot she's seen giving a finger to the camera. So if y'all want to see those, y'all can go to my chrisavalon.com page and I have the pictures and stuff there. But she wound up writing this caption. She put, I like donuts. Okay. Good for you. Not more than my new orange dress, but in caps it says, I can't get enough of my new cherries I bought. I amuse myself today in entertainment. What the hell does that even mean? Okay. So people are speculating from that that means she's throwing shade at Can't Get Enough. I just feel like y'all are just be reaching for some shit to talk about. I'm not seeing whatever it is. I'm not picking up whatever it is that y'all putting down. But let's entertain the foolishness. So apparently they're saying like some people, I don't know, maybe you're wondering why would Britney Shea can't get enough when the Jay-Z sample is being used on another song. So according to the so-called internet sleuths, in the beginning of Can't Get Enough, it starts raining and one of the wedding attendees says it's an ominous sign, saying, and I quote, I bet she thinks the rain is a sign. Now, as for Cry Me a River, there is rain in the music video, and Britney also mentions rain in the answer song every time. Now, I had no idea that Britney and Justin are the only musicians allowed to use rain as a symbol of sadness, darkness, and melancholy, but here we are. Rain can also be used as a metaphor to wash away the negativity in one's life, in case people didn't know that. Now, the lyrics and the video for Can't Get Enough seem to imply that she can't forget a certain person, no matter who she marries, and in the end, she can't be satisfied with whoever she marries. So, is this a sign that even though J-Lo is married to her dream guy, Ben Affleck, that she's still not satisfied? Now, lest we forget, she has been someone else's wife 4 times and has proven that she can't last 5 minutes without a man in her life. So I feel these comparisons are a bit of a reach. Now, I don't think J-Lo was influenced by the Cry Me a River video, nor do I believe she meant any malice by sampling Cry Me a River. That, in my opinion, should be on the producers. Now, besides, artists, in my opinion, have the right to sample whoever they like as long as the artist sample that they are sampling are paid, which is most likely Timberland since he produced the song. So I just feel like there's a much ado about nothing here. I think people are just trying to make up some shit just to cause a rip. I never understand what the fuck Britney is talking about when she writes her little captions on her Instagram. Child, please don't tell me she have another one of her little manic episodes. Cause quiet as it's kept. In that picture, she had a coat on, like it looked like that same raggedy coat that Celine Dion wore at the Grammys. The weave always looking disheveled, like it wasn't put in her head properly. Like it was giving me pretty much Stephen A. Smith's hairline, like the weave started back here with my headphone piece. Like it looked a mess. She always got that runny ass mascara under her eyes, and she always in that damn foyer doing some video. Like, is there no other part of your house you could do a video from? Now, Brittany Reed aside, because everybody got to get the smoke. Sorry, I mean it would be Chris Avalon and Filtered if it wasn't. Like I said, I feel like it's a reach. There's really nothing there. It's a slow news day. And if Lo wants to sample other people's music, including Cry Me a River, a piece of it, why shouldn't she be allowed to use it? It's for her upcoming album. She sampled a lot of things. Didn't she sample somebody else on Can't Get Enough? I don't know off the top of my head who she sampled, but these days it doesn't seem like everybody sampling everybody. No music is original any damn more. So, like I said, it's a bunch of damn nothing. Much ado about nothing. Yeah, Can't Get Enough was in caps. I saw that. And Robert says, hello, hello. Yeah, Can't Get Enough was in caps. So I said, like, okay, so if you're gonna say some shit, like my thing is spell it out, let us understand what you're talking about. If you throwing shade at Lo, say that. But I'm not trying to sit up in here and read between the lines, understand what you doing, Morse code, smoke signals, whatever the case is. Say what the fuck you mean and mean what the fuck you say, is what I say. I ain't got time to be sitting up here trying to decipher nothing. My name is not Benedict Cumberbatch in that damn movie. What was the one he played gay and he was deciphering them codes? I ain't got time for all of that. Like, I need it spelled out for me. I got way too much stuff on my plate and things I got to think about. They've been trying to understand what the hell Britney, like, understand what's going on in that brain of hers. Um, Okay, somebody up in here trying to talk about they want to offer promotion for my channel. Yeah, okay. I don't need the promotion. I promote myself. There's ways I can get around and promote my stuff. And my videos, they hit over 1K views and stuff anyway. That after the live chat. So I don't need to do all that, whatever that spam shit is. All right, so good luck to you, Brittany. Good luck to you, Lo. We'll have the well, look, I'm curious to hear the full Lo album. And like I said, Britney and Justin don't own the rain. People have used rain as metaphors in their albums all the time. And I guess maybe with Lo being a Leo, she's never satisfied. But then again, isn't Ben Affleck a Leo? And I'm sure that's probably also why Britney, from what I heard, was revealing the fact that she made out with Ben Affleck. Oh, I forgot about that. See, that was brought up because, Lo, I guess, used the sample. So they were trying to say, oh, well, Britney was throwing shade with the whole saying that she made out with Ben Affleck and that she forgot about it. Was it that the kiss wasn't memorable? Because you remembered you remembered Hunch and Colin Farrell. You meant, which I wouldn't forget that because I'm like, Colin Farrell's fine as hell. So who could forget getting hunched by him? And then all the other men that she mentioned that she hooked up with, but she forgot about Ben Affleck. Maybe Ben Affleck and all that in the bedroom, or that all that memorable. I'm excited for like it was stated before. Um, Jay, you know what? She works really hard on what she does and her music and all the other stuff, but I don't. I just feel like a lot of people just don't care about what her releasing or dropping music and all the other stuff. So, but I'm curious to see. Look, I am definitely curious to see that new mini movie that she has, that visual album that she's going to be dropping, I believe this coming Friday, with the music, the album, all the other stuff. So she's pulling a page out the Beyonce handbook, and she's releasing the visual album. It's supposed to be on Amazon Prime Video, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching that and hearing the album. Maybe I'll listen to the album first, and then you know. One person I got to say, I am so disappointed. Um, let me take that off for a second. I was so disappointed with with Usher's new record. I listened to it yesterday. I was so bored with it. I'm like, what is this? Like, you really now I see why the album was released independently. Because I'm like, it's all over the place. It lacks cohesiveness, it lacks focus. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Super Bowl. He's going to turn it out. Usher is one of the best live performers of my generation. However, this new record, child, you should have left that in the damn Goodwill dustbin, because that record was not it. A review of Rain on Recorded Music says it sounds like chips frying in the. It's funny because it seems like when they use the audio of rain, it does sound like fried grease instead of actual rain falling. I'm so thank you, because that's what I was like, "Oh, you talking about the sample that she used, I can't get it." Because I was like, "Yeah, I know there's a sample in that song." Because yeah, it's that, and also, I feel like the beat, not even the beat, but, like, the music, not just her using that as the vocal part, but I feel like there's a multitude of samples throughout Can't Get Enough. So, I don't think it's just that one sample, I think it's a multitude of samples. Confessions went diamond. And yes, 14 times. But well, that was like, and I guess what most people will look at, that's Madonna's best body of work because they always felt like Madonna is dance music. She should have always just kind of focused in that arena, which was more or less what Kylie Minogue did. But Kylie Minogue experiments still with her music, but her foundation has always been like dance music and dance pop music. I kind of wish Madonna would have focused in that too, but Madonna always want to be like, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. And but yeah, once Ray of Light, I feel like hit with the electronic sound, but unfortunately, trip hop was something that just as a genre was short lived. But dance music is always going to be around. So Madonna, I felt like should have always stuck in that and with that format. Yeah, Usher's Confessions is diamond. That in my child and quiet as it's kept. In my opinion, I felt um Usher was the best. Oh, you talking about Usher's Confessions? Yeah, because I was confused. I was like, we talking about Usher's Confessions? We talking about Madonna's Confessions on the dance floor? So because Raphael said the same thing, but I think he meant Usher's Confessions. So yeah, Usher's Confessions album is diamond. So he is a diamond selling artist. As far as like Madonna and Confessions, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't even think any of her albums went diamond. But she is one of the biggest selling artists of our time, even though I don't think any of her albums went diamond. There's very few artists that went diamond. Who is it? I know off the top of my head. Did any one of Britney's albums go diamond? I know Usher's gone diamond. Pink's Misunderstood went diamond. There's a couple of people. All right, so let's move on. Excuse me. And talk about my girl. I'll get to the next comment afterwards. But let's talk about my girl, Wendy Williams. How you doing? Child, I told you I gotta do that every time we talk about Miss Wendy girl. So now apparently y'all already saw the documentary, well, the trailer for the upcoming Lifetime docu-series, Where's Wendy Williams? I am not playing it here because I don't know if y'all know it, but the last time, and I did post it on my social media, I posted on Facebook. The last time when I did the article on, well, the story, the episode of when Wendy Williams and the streaming, the new upcoming docu-series and all the stuff, and I played the trailer, YouTube tried it. They flagged it to my copyright infringement, whatever. 2 days later, they removed it because I fought it. They removed the copyright because first of all, the episode was gaining traction. I was almost at 1K views on YouTube. Then they wanted to come and put their little bullshit on it because when you start gaining traction with stuff, then they want to try you. But then I fought it because I'm like, but wait a minute, there's so many other YouTubers that be sitting up here using clips, using videos, and they have a much larger audience than me. Me, I don't sit and compare audiences or other shit. I do what I do. Y'all like it. If y'all like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't base my stuff on opinions of others and try to measure myself with other YouTubers and other vloggers, bloggers, people. I've been doing this shit for almost 20 years, so I don't need to do all of that. But anyway, not to toot my own horn, but I'm just saying. So YouTube like to play around with algorithms and all that other mess. So when I was trying to when I put up there and the episode was gaining traction, they tried to pull some BS and put a copyright thing over it. But then nevertheless, they removed it and now the video is back and y'all can watch it and all that stuff if you haven't seen the episode. So, since then, Wendy's ex-husband, Kelvin, has reportedly expressed feelings of being blindsided and furious upon learning about his son's involvement in the upcoming Lifetime docuseries Where's Wendy Williams? Now, in an unexpected turn of events, Wendy Williams' former husband expresses his intense anger and disappointment regarding the new Lifetime documentary about the troubled talk show host past, according to Radar Online. The documentary, titled Where is Wendy Williams, has caused a ripple of shock throughout Wendy's inner circle, leaving Kelvin blindsided and deeply concerned about the impact it will have on her legacy. Kelvin, who is 51, was caught off guard when he watched the trailer for the documentary and witnessed how his ex wife was depicted. An insider in Wendy's inner circle told the U.S. Sun that Kelvin felt deeply disappointed and blindsided by what he saw, stating he found the scene in the trailer showing Wendy yelling over a bottle of vodka and appearing disoriented in the middle of New York City were very sad to see. From the very beginning, Kelvin was against the making of the documentary, firmly believing that it would further tarnish Wendy, not Whitney's, excuse me, reputation. The former talk show left her highly successful talk show during its 12th season in July 2021 amidst ongoing legal and health battles. Her former husband, known as Big Kev, expresses concerns about the impact the documentary will have on Wendy and their son, Kevin Jr., who ultimately signed onto the project. Now, the documentary portrays Wendy's decline over the years as her health aggravates both mentally and physically following the end of her talk show. One distressing clip shows Wendy in the backseat of a black vehicle with her face appearing increasingly gaunt. Other scenes show the former radio host struggling to remain upright, requiring assistance to stand and even stumbling over her words in a video from a woman's expo that was never released. The trailer takes a heartbreaking turn with a confessional style scene where Wendy, seated in an iconic purple chair, sends a warning message to her fans. She breaks down in tears, clutching a pillow tightly to her chest, reflecting on the emotional turmoil she's been experiencing. A particularly distressing moment in the trailer shows Wendy, despite her frail condition, telling someone to keep the bottle there while lying in bed. According to advertising, the documentary also reveals Wendy's disorientation and lack of recognition of her surroundings, even when driving around Manhattan, her home for years. Now, in case y'all do want to watch, and no shade and sad, I'm going to say it, I will be watching because I'm nosy and it's grist for the mill in what I do in this here, celebrity news and gossip space. The two-part documentary will air on Lifetime on February 24th and 25th. Now, here's the thing. On one hand, I do feel bad for the whole situation that's happening with Wendy. But like I said, the reason why I feel like she's doing the documentary is because her money is all tied up with Wells Fargo. I don't know what's happening with that. She has a conservatorship. The people who are watching over her isn't doing what needs to be done in regards of trying to help Wendy, protect Wendy, and help Wendy get better. Because here's the thing. If the woman's dead, how y'all going to continue to benefit off of her financially and be able to work with her? So you would want to make sure that she gets better so that way she can get back to work and do what needs to be done in regards of the team or whatever. But Wendy has surrounded herself with some not so great people who have been taking advantage of her, taking her money and all this other stuff. And Wendy has been putting a lot of her trust in the wrong people. Now I will say this: as much as I can't stand Kelvin and all the shit he did to her throughout their marriage, and let's be clear, she allowed it because she was well aware of his cheatations and all the other stuff that was going on throughout her marriage. This ain't Wendy's first time at the rodeo in regards of Kelvin being, not being able to keep his peen in his damn pants. Like Sharina ain't just popped up yesterday. Sharina been around for over a decade, quiet as it's kept. And they had to do that a full, what was it? The Daily Mail did a full-on expose where they was following and Wendy hired the private detective and all this stuff. But she seemed to be in good spirits then. And then it just seemed like after she did a little documentary that she did that was on Lifetime, where she was spilling her own personal tea about Sharina and all other mess. And then when she was on the show, it just seemed like she started spiraling out of control, probably because her marriage was all broken up. She was self-medicating, which is the worst thing you could do, especially when you have a lot of preconceived ailments, um, which is the Graves' disease, the thyroid problem, and then when you sit over here taking medication and you sitting here drinking a whole full bottle of vodka with no chaser, because Wendy is old school in that way. This new generation, y'all motherfuckers don't know how to drink. Y'all got to do chasers. I remember, like I told y'all, when I was in the circus, they was all because I was with a bunch of 20-some-year-olds, and they told me that they drinking because it was nothing to do, especially when you're out in the middle of nowhere doing rehearsals. They're drinking and they doing chase. I'm like, a chaser? What's that? We don't do chasers. We drink. We take it to the head, or you just make you a vodka with some tonic or whiskey and coke and all other stuff. I understand that, but a chaser after you take a shot, where they do that at? Like I said, this new generation, y'all do that. Old school took it to the head. That's why all our livers is fucked up. Not mine though, because I don't drink like that no more. But for the most part, I have to say this. Like, yeah, I don't like the fact that we're seeing this nasty side of Wendy, but apparently she's doing what she got to do because she needs money. Her money is tied up in Wells Fargo. I don't know what the resolution is going to be with that. I don't know how she's going to be able to get her out of that entanglement. So she's got to figure out a way that she can financially support herself, her team, her son, and all other stuff. I can understand that Big Kev is upset that Little Kev is partaking in this, but maybe Little Kev feels, excuse me, that this is the only way that he can keep an eye on his mother. Is that he has to be in the comment, he has to be close to the situation. So that's why he's participating. And here's the thing. Lil Kev is old enough to make his own decisions. He's over 21. So he don't need his father to say so. His father doesn't have control over the situation or what's happening. Maybe Kelvin is real upset because he's not getting a piece of the pie. Because look, ever since this shit happened with Wendy and the money's been all tied up in what it's been tied up in, he has no access to money because Wendy was paying him alimony, correct? So him and Sharina, who I heard they done broke up and she done moved back to South Carolina and she got her a new man. They cannot financially benefit off of Wendy's money anymore. So maybe there's some low key, he's upset because he ain't getting a piece of that pie, but everybody else is getting a piece of that pie. But like I said, I'm just hoping, like what Miss Jones said, that she's down in Florida getting herself together. I hope she's recuperating. I hope she's getting herself together because I need Wendy to get her health back on track. I don't need her to come back to TV or radio or podcast or whatever. That should be something that she worries about down the road, put on the back burner, whatever the case is. She don't need to be focusing on that right now. She don't need to be focusing on work, business, all this other stuff because she's been doing that all her life. She needs to focus on her health. And I understand like there's not that many people that are in this space that can do what Wendy does. But everybody just go up, y'all do your own thing. I know a lot of people have been copying the blueprint of Wendy and all this other stuff in regards of like spreading celebrity news and gossip. A lot of y'all still ain't got it. But y'all occupying the space and y'all doing what y'all need to do. And congratulations. But at this point, like I said, Wendy need to work on her, focus on her health, focus on her happiness, get her shit back together. And when she showed that she has gotten herself together, then maybe she can go to Wells Fargo and them and talk about, you know what? Everything is good. My mind is right. My body's right. My physicality is right. I got all my shit under control in regards to my physical being and all this other mess. And so y'all can release the restrictions, the noose or whatever on my money. So good luck to you, Wendy. And I understand Kelvin's upset, but like I said, he has no kind of wherewithal in this fight. So he could be upset all he wants, but he has no say so in Wendy's personal affairs. All right, so let's go to the comments. It said like a virgin immaculate. Okay, so immaculate collection and like a virgin went diamond. And it said Mimi Diamond times 2, Christmas will be 3. Well, yeah, because Emancipation of Mimi is Diamond. It's 2 times that. So it's sold 20 million copies. Well, Emancipation of Mimi, in my opinion, I mean, as much as I love Mariah's work, Emancipation of Mimi was her best record, which was also produced by Jermaine Dupri. Funny enough how Jermaine Dupri's production on 2 albums has gone diamond. One was Usher's Confessions, and the other is Mimi's Emancipation of Mimi. So yeah. Okay. So what's our next topic? Okay. So now we got. Oh wait, no, is this one? So we got 2 Kanye stories, or I'm sorry, Kanye stories that we're gonna get into because apparently he's in hot water again because he's out here doing things and using people without shit without their permission. So rapper Kanye West is raging mountains with the late singer Donna Summer's estate over the alleged use of her song "I Feel Love" on the new album with Ty Dolla $ign Vultures One. Now, shout out to Complex for this story. It says first Ozzy Osbourne, now the estate of Donna Summer. Kanye West continues to face backlash for using throwback songs without consent on his new album Vultures. West allegedly used the interpolation of Summer's 1977 hit "I Feel Love" on his new track "Good, Don't Die." The rapper was called out for it on Instagram from the late singer's official page, which claimed the Ye's request to sample the track was previously denied. Kanye West asked permission to use Donna Summer's song "I Feel Love," the account wrote on Instagram stories. He was denied. He changed the words, had someone re-sing it, or used AI, but it's "I Feel Love," copyright infringement. The account tagged West, his Vultures collaborator Ty Dolla $ign, Warner Chappelle Music, and Universal Music Group. The post also tagged Sharon Osbourne, who shared out her own grievances with West unauthorized sampling on behalf of her husband, rock legend Ozzy Osbourne. The couple believes that West sampled a live version of Black Sabbath's War Pigs on Vultures after they previously denied his request to use the song. I just find it funny that it seems like a lot of you artists lack originality. Whenever it comes to sampling, it just seems like when it comes to Ozzy Osbourne, that's the first song y'all run to. Y'all want to use War Pigs, or when it comes to Nana Summer, I Feel Love. You know, she had way more songs with Giorgio Moroder than I Feel Damn Love. But it seems like that's the go-to song. Beyonce sampled her too on the Renaissance album. But guess what? Beyonce went through the proper channels. She got the permission from the estate. And I guess because Beyonce is that girl, they said, okay, we want to use that. Kanye is problematic. Don't nobody want to be associated with Kanye. Don't nobody want his nasty, ashy ass, dirty, stink butt finger smelling hands on their music. And so where you got the Osbournes looking at Kanye as a damn anti-Semite, which, like I said, I do not believe he was sorry for the stuff he said because he had to use, speaking of AI, he had to use AI to create the apology on his social media. Remember that? When they found out it was AI? And now he's trying to do a loophole. I'm like, oh, I can't use a sample, so I'm gonna have somebody re-sing it, or I'm gonna use AI tools, Chat GPT, whatever the fuck kind of tool you use to use the song. Anyway, if you do not own the rights, if it is someone else's music, you can't just be running around here using people's stuff. That's not how the world works. It's the same thing. Like, look, he mad over the fact that he can't get booked nowhere because won't nobody give him a residency. Won't nobody give him. I don't even think him even. People. I remember hearing some people say, "Well, why don't he just do a residency, whatever?" You got to get these places, these venues, whatever, to want to sign on to have him be at a residency. It's not about the fact of whether or not he can sell it, because I feel like Kanye will always have his little hardcore fans. They will support the music. They will come see him if he goes on tour, whatever the case is. The fact of the matter is, a lot of these places are willing to book him, probably because a lot of them is run by Jews, and they feel a certain way about him, so they're not going to associate or work with him. That is the true tea. So people don't want to say it; they want to beat around the bush because they worried about being accused of being an anti-Semite. You say anything that got to do with throwing Jews and stuff in the conversation, whatever the case is. But the fact of the matter is, Kanye fucked up by making those comments. He could say whatever the hell he want to say about black people being slavery is a choice, and y'all just get a little upset, but not truly outraged because there's no power and control that black people have over getting him canceled. Or there's always going to be people that's going to support him because y'all still waiting for Through the Wire Kanye. You're waiting for Late Registration Kanye. You're waiting for College Dropout Kanye to come the fuck back. That nigga done fell in the coffin with his mother. Like I said, when Donna died, that spirit jumped in that damn coffin with him. So I don't understand why people still waiting around for a Kanye that been long gone eons ago. He ain't coming back. So you need to cut your ties, cut your losses. It is what it is. And he is who he is. And he showed you who he is. And like I said, or maybe I didn't say this part yet, but if he's thinking that he could just come out here. Look, it all started with Nicki Minaj. Remember that he wanted to use an old freaking verse of hers from like 2 years ago on one of his songs, and she said hell no, because it was like, why would you use a song, a verse that's already been leaked all over social media to be a part of your album when they're gonna clown her for that, and rightfully so. So I agreed with her with saying no. Did he use it? No, because he ain't stupid. But now you want to sit up around here and feel like you can just take samples and use whatever you want for other people's stuff. And it's just like, no, you don't have the right to do that. You don't have a right to use other people's stuff. So wrap his ass up in all kinds of litigations, keep his behind in court, because you know it take a long time for court cases to go through. And then maybe it'll tie up this, speaking of Ty Dolla $ign, it'll tie up his album release. So that way, Vultures has a hard time being released because you can't just be out here using other people's music. I remember someone asked, um, now what if somebody did that to him and sample his music without his permission? How would he feel? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, is any of Kanye's music original? Like, it just seems like a lot of the music that, like, he's made his entire living, like his whole career is based off of like sampling other people's music on his biggest hits. Through the Wire is Through the Fire from Rufus and what was it? Rufus and Shotgun, or was it Shaka Khan? I can't remember off the top of my head. But he sampled so many other, like so many hits on Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. When he did that, when he had sampling Daft Punk, like so many of his biggest hits were sampled from other people. So does he have any original beats on any of his stuff? So it'd be hard to sample him when he's made his bones sampling so many other people's work. And look, from what I heard, they said that there wasn't damn it, I closed the damn article because they said that um that wasn't the first time that he came under fire for sampling someone else's music. Who was it? Let me go check real quick. Because I did find the story real quick. It says that, well, they also said that the Osbournes have issued a cease and desist, and I'm hoping that Donna Summer's estate does the same thing. But they said that he settled a copyright dispute with musician Marshall Jefferson over the use of the 1986 song "Move Your Body" on the Donda 2 track "Flowers." So this isn't the first time. Um, that he's gotten himself into trouble for trying to use other people's music. And Sharon Osbourne, as I will quote her, she said Kanye fucked with the wrong Jew this time. She called him a disrespectful anti-Semite who represents hate, not only against the Jews, but against his own damn people. So good luck to you, sir. Or not good luck, because you don't deserve the luck. Especially when you out here using people's shit without their permission. He's such an asshole. Now, speaking of Kanye, apparently the Swifties are coming after him now for dropping her name on a new track called Carnival, which is featured on the same damn album, Vultures Volume 1. So is it out? Because it said newly released. So I didn't even know the album was out. Maybe because I don't give a damn, but nevertheless, apparently the album's out. Now, in the song, which can be found on his new album, West claims he made 6 Taylor Swift. The fuck does that even mean? It's like I feel like I'm having a Britney moment. What the hell is made 6 Taylor Swift? I guess if we're trying to find a way that it rhymed. I don't understand what it means, but whatever. It's unclear what he meant by the lyric, but given the unpleasant history, fans were appalled by the name drop and took to social media to share the rapper's obsessed with the singer. Taylor Swift was his target twice and has successfully moved on from both events and thrived. Meanwhile, Kanye feels the need to name drop her every time he needs clout and attention. This is one fan argued on X. The other one says a lot about how desperate he is to be relevant. A second disgruntled Swiftie wrote, Kanye West, still unironically thinking he made Taylor Swift famous, is so, like, if you're the one using her name in songs twice because you're desperate for attention, I don't think you're as relevant as you think you are. Another person put, Kanye is the only person who's going to mention Taylor Swift's name in an attempt to get relevant again and perhaps a bit famous, just like when he begged to have her name on his song last time when he illegally recorded her call and his ex-wife edited it to paint TS a liar. And they had the whole 2016 beef with them. But anyway, and then he had the song famous, blah blah blah, so forth. Okay, now here's the gag. Now some of y'all might get mad for me saying this, but here's the thing. Let's rewind it a bit from history. When Taylor Swift won that award over Beyonce at the MTV VMAs, right? And Kanye got up on stage and snatched that mic from her and was like, because he had the Hennessy, and I think at the time he was hunching Amber Rose, and said that Beyonce's one of the best artists of all time, whatever the fuck it was that he said. You know who the fuck Taylor Swift was? She was on the come up at that time. So, in a way, by him being the dick that he was and still is, and doing what he did, it made people feel empathy for Taylor because here's this unproblematic, tall, skinny white girl who is not a cause of any drama or whatever the case. She's a safe pop act. This is why, America pushes her because she's safe. She's tall, she's skinny, she's a white girl, she's marketable amongst that whole situation, which is why Shannon Sharp said what he said about her moving the needle with the NFL. And a lot of people tonight is gonna be mad because I seen the stories about her being at the NFL because yes, she did a show in Tokyo last night, and now I don't know if she there yet, but apparently she jetted right to Vegas to be with her boo thing, Travis Kelsey, for his game tonight. And if they win, she'll be spreading them, laying it low and spreading it wide and getting that ping, you know, which is gonna be the congratulations cooch, which she's gonna be giving him. Hopefully, it's not gonna be no shit when her next album after this one that's coming out, she gonna be writing around Travis Kelce. So I hope he know what he getting himself into getting with her. But look, on that note, with that, I do feel like people need to just lay off Taylor Swift and the whole thing because I feel like it's the NFL mostly using her to get attention to the NFL because her being with Travis brings attention to the NFL, especially people who don't really watch it, like a lot of women. Women are in the NFL by association or in sports. Guys feel like this is our thing. We don't want to be a part of that pop culture mess. We don't care about that little lily dally girl pop music, girl power mess that Taylor Swift is all about. We want our football, we want our, our hockey, we want our sport, we want our basketball. We don't want women trying to infiltrate that mess with they mess. But now that the girls is interested, the boys is upset. But why would y'all be upset? This be the perfect time for y'all to get some coochie. Because you got a lot of pretty girls showing up at these games. So that would be, in my opinion, I would be looking at it as like, oh, I could probably get me a possible girlfriend from a girl going to a game and or a pretty little Swifty that's at a game. And I'm sure because I told you I work at Madison Square Garden. I'll be working the what do you call it? The hockey games and the basketball games between the Knicks and the Rangers. And I've been seeing a lot of girls showing up at a lot of these games, a lot of pretty girls too. So I'm like, this be the and I do see a lot of guys show up with their friends, whatever. So I'm like, this is the perfect time y'all can be sitting up here and getting a girlfriend or getting laid or whatever, because you see a lot of these girls showing up at these games. So why wouldn't you use this as an opportunity? So I don't understand why y'all mad at her over that. But this whole thing with Kanye, still using her for clout, I just feel like he's grasping at any kind of straw he can. But I feel like he is so far gone in his little bubble that he doesn't understand, like, he's so far gone from reality. I just don't understand, like, it's like, okay, now I'm using people's songs without their permission. Now I'm using Taylor Swift for clout. We don't care about you and the whole Taylor Swift thing. But like, what more can you say about this girl and you that we don't know about already? We don't care. I feel like at this point, Taylor is so goddamn overexposed. In so many words, like I gave her props a second ago. I'm actually tired of seeing her and hearing about her and her being all over my damn timeline. Just like I'm sick and tired of your goddamn ex-wife being all up in my timeline too. Because the word on the curb is she hunching Odell Beckham and they having a whole bunch of fun. I haven't really reported on that because I'm sick of Kim. I don't care about the next black man she about to spread her legs for. So I don't really be caring enough about that to want to talk about, but I was gonna mention this in passing because we talk about her husband, her ex-husband. So, Cunha, you really got to come up with a better strategy. You got to figure out another way to be, you know, talked about for us to care about you in so many words. Because at this point, it do feel like you're desperate, that you're grasping at straws, that you need that you're just trying to find a way to remain relevant. Because I haven't heard any of this new music from you out. Maybe because I'm not personally seeking it out, and I could care less about Kanye. Like I told you, old school Kanye, I like this new shit. I don't care about. So whatever happens with his career, he brought it upon himself. He has to realize that you can't just be running around here saying all kinds of stuff and acting a certain kind of way with no repercussions. And look, at the end of the day, because you thought you aligned yourself with Donald Trump and all the other foolishness, the same man that said George Bush don't care about black people decided to align himself with that fat orange fuck. Just because you align yourself with him don't necessarily mean you got the complexion, the protection. Because we all know Donald Trump only care about his damn self. He don't care about nobody. He don't even care about his own fucking kids. So, I mean, especially if you go against him. So, I don't understand why he aligned himself with that. And just because you could say and do whatever, you thought you was going to be able to eat and get away with it. But them people reminded you, the minute you said the anti-Semitic stuff, them people reminded your ass who you was and how much power you have. So, good luck to you, sir. And like I said, I'm tired of hearing about Taylor Swift. And also, can we get after the Super Bowl tonight? Can we please get a break from her? I guess until that album come out in April and she promotes the hell out of that. Can we get a couple of weeks away from y'all talking about Taylor Swift, please? Media. I understand that white mediocre media, y'all it's slim pickings when y'all have the stuff to talk about in the celebrity news and gossip space. But at this point, it's like, can we please just put that lady out there and let her do what she's doing and stop putting her on my damn timeline in 5 minutes? Tired of hearing about her. Okay, so Let's go to the comments. Robert says also the word is people on GOP are afraid she'll announce she's voting for Biden. Well, like I said, now if anything about Taylor Swift moving the needle, of course, it's politics too, because Taylor Swift has been someone who has been very good at getting her Swifties out there to vote. And of course, she's gonna say that she's voting for Biden. And that's what a lot of the people over at Fox News, who was bombarding a lot of their news with these Taylor Swift fears. That's not what. See, they didn't really want to tell you the tea on why they're against Taylor Swift, why they're scared of her, because they know that with her moving the needle, as Sharon and Sharp says, she has the power to influence her fan base to vote however she wants them to vote. Meaning, if she says I'm voting for Biden, they're gonna vote for her for him, even though I do have my grievances, especially how he's been handling this whole Israel Hamas war situation. But nevertheless, he is the better choice than us getting another 4 years of Trump. 'Cause if y'all think, and Trump's only running for president because he don't want to go to jail. He don't care about this country. He ain't cared the 4 years when he did act as president. Because if he did care about the country and moving the needle forward and helping us out, he would have did the job then. He didn't do his job then. So, but people want to go back to, because, like I said, this is a white lashing for Obama being president for 8 years. So that's the true gag. There's a lot of these racists out there that were just mad that a black man was running that was able to be president of the United States. And these salty saltines are mad because they want to keep America as is, so they got that little power. And a straight male news reporter said, "Girls will remember your reaction to Taylor Swift on TV." Yeah, that's why I was like, at this point, I don't know why these boys is upset. I mean, unless y'all gay, but for the most part, it's like this would be the perfect. Like, you go to a sports event, that's the perfect place to meet a girl, or a museum, or whatever the case is. So why y'all mad? I just want to be, ew, girls are icky. We want to keep our thing for us. All right, so now let's move on because we got three more topics left and we are out of here. So let's give a huge congratulations to drag legend RuPaul, who has made his debut in Madame Tussauds London's Waxwork Museum, joining the Hall of Fame alongside the likes of Kendall Jenner, Cara Delevingne, Victoria Beckham, and Harry Styles. Now, on Tuesday, February 6th, Madame Tussauds London unveiled the new wax figure of drag icon RuPaul. Dressed in a custom-made gown by Ru's reputable designer Zaldi, the new figure officially debuts as part of the museum's upcoming fashion runway attraction on Friday, February 9th. Ru's figure will feature prominently in the collection alongside figures Harry Styles, Kendall Jenner, Zendaya, Victoria Beckham, and more. Now, to celebrate the new piece, Drag Race judge and RuPaul's longtime squirrel friend, Michelle Visage, officially unveiled the figure. Now, arriving at a studio space to see the latest figure, Visage immediately expressed her awe, saying, "The teeth, the lips, the nails, it's like I'm at home and with Ru." She said, "Fans and guests will love this figure. The artists have made this so beautifully, and I see Ru." Visage is also treated to a welcome surprise when she saw Zaldi included her face alongside Diana Ross and Oprah among the favors adorning the side of the wax Ru's new royalty-inspired dress. In a statement, Zaldi said the garment was inspired by his work with Ru, creating custom looks for Drag Race, saying, "I wanted it to be authentic representation of Ru wears to make it the glamorous statement and make it big. This bespoke creation from Madame Tussauds London for Ru and for the fashion zone is full of all the emotions that you feel, excuse me, when working with Ru, fun, joy, and happiness." Now, the new figure joins the Madame Tussauds London collection as RuPaul's Drag Race continues to dominate the reality TV space. RuPaul recently extended his streak of Emmy wins with his eighth consecutive award for Outstanding Host for reality or competition program, while RuPaul's Drag Race took home its fifth win for Outstanding Reality Competition Program. Season 16 is currently airing on MTV Fridays at 8 p.m. So, I will say yes. That's a huge congratulations. And I also should point out, because I was like, I know y'all probably haven't seen the wax figure. I'm gonna show it to you because there is a video that I saw on the Twitter that I was like, "Oh, let's play this as a class so we could see, the whole um RuPaul wax figure." So let's.
No, no, no. Look at her. Oh my goodness.
Let me refresh it because it's like, let's try that again.
Oh my goodness. It's like I'm at home. I am here at Madame Tussauds, London.
So this video was acting a whole fool. I wanted to see if I could possibly just get a still of, oh, so there it is. So, I was gonna play the video, but the video, I don't know, for some reason the stream is acting crazy. So now y'all can actually get a look at Mama Ru in full geesh. Let me see if I can rewind it back a little bit so that way we can see if is there a full photo? Nope. Yeah. So this video was acting a whole goddamn fool. So yeah, y'all got an idea of what it looked like. So, congratulations, Mama Ru. You deserve it. You are one of the biggest, most prominent drag superstars on the planet. And she has definitely changed the game when it comes to like drag in pop culture and with the success of RuPaul's Drag Race. So, congratulations, Mama. Robert says, "Can I get an amen?" Lisa Palmer, hey, how you doing? Yeah, my internet is sucking today. This is what I don't understand. And it's like, yeah, I'm just getting beyond irritated. And I've already spoken to StreamYard about what's going on, but they keep saying like, oh, I may have too many windows open. But it's like for the past couple of weeks, it's just been acting a fool. So I may have to just like start buying, I may have to like do it from another device, meaning like I can stream the show, but also have my tablet open or whatever. But then again, it's like I don't even have that many windows open now, and it just feels like the that the video is still moving slow. So I'm getting a little irritated. But anyway, I'm pushing along with the show. But yeah, the internet is interneting today. But then it's funny because when I watch it back on YouTube or social media, it's like the live stream be acting crazy, but when you watch it back, it just seems like it's fine. So there's that. All right, so let's move on to our next topic and talk about Madonna, who invited this season of Drag Race's problematic queen, Plain Jane. So a week after I covered a story about Bob the drag queen and Plain Jane beefing online over Bob's thoughts regarding Burger Finger, Bob's boss Madonna invited the Boston Queen on stage as a special guest during the Vogue segment of the celebration tour. Now, in a series of posts shared via Instagram story, Plain is seen on stage at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, followed by an out of drag selfie with the caption, "That ish was wild." First of all, we can't even imagine how it would actually be to get up on stage with Madonna when you're so new to being a celebrity in the first place. Secondly, we love that Madonna chose Plain Jane to join her on stage, especially at a time when hatred against the drag community is still rampant and unnecessary. She's proven herself supportive of the community and her fellow artists so many times that it's hard to keep up with everything. However, choices like this solidify her even further as the queen of pop. As for Plain Jane, she's currently on the current season of Drag Race and establishing herself as a competitive and wannabe shady contestant who tells it like it is. Okay, sir. She's a certified reality TV star who isn't afraid to look stupid or be bold. Well, no, because she does. She is afraid to look stupid because when people call her out on stupidity, she tries to justify the action or whatever the case is. So you can't. She took out of both sides of her mouth. But anyway, which is probably the least part of the reason Madonna feels so attracted to her. Madonna's also holding her own on the tour, seeing as how she's now well over halfway through it after a health scare almost prevented her from having it in the first place. I should point out that Plain Jane isn't the first season 16 queen because, Pride tried it with their little article, but y'all want to praise the white queens. But what we do on this show is we provide receipts. So I'm going to point out that Plain Jane isn't the first season 6 Queen Madonna invited on stage as a special guest. The Queen of Pop invited Safira Cristal on stage during the Toronto stop of her celebration tour. So I do have that post on my social media. Actually, since I'm here, let me pull that thing up. It's not a video, so I can actually pull that up on here and it works. I see like the internet is still interneting. It says drag queen Sophia Crystal, aka La Diva Grande Dame de Philadelphia, was the ballroom guest judge during the first of the two celebration shows in Toronto. And this was courtesy of Madonna Tribe. So this was like this is around January 12th when they have it. Oh, I see T.S. Madison is live too. Hey sis. T.S. Madison and I both live on the Twitter. But anyway, so yeah, so Safira Crystal was the first queen that was invited on stage, and then she invited Plain Jane. Now, I know a lot of people was wondering um why was Plain Jane of all people, all queens besides Safira? Like Safira, I can understand because, in my opinion, Safira gonna win the show, and that's no shade. You know, I love a lot of the queens on the show. You know, I love me some Q. I love Morphine. I like the Banana Queen. Oh my God, what is her damn name? Nymphia. I like, I like Mirage, but she's gone. Um, so yeah, there's a couple of queens on the show that I actually like. Um, Plain ain't one of them. I'm all here for the shade because here's the thing. Like long before there was a drag race, I used to live for a lot of the drag queens. I've been backstage at enough drag shows, and I know enough drag girls. A lot of them who have been on Drag Race, a lot of them who have not been on Drag Race. Throwing shade and the banter, all this stuff backstage is something that the queens do. I just feel like a lot of the younger queens who watch the show aren't familiar with that because they too young to get up in drag shows, so they don't know how the whole drag situation works. I'm all for the banter if it's authentic and it's a part of the show and everybody's in on the whole situation. To me, plain, it just feels inauthentic to me. It doesn't feel like it's a real thing coming from her. It just feels like you're trying to create a moment. You're trying to find ways where you've manipulated the judges to like you on one situation. You found a way to manipulate the producers to keep your ass on the show. So you create these conflicts between the girls in order to keep yourself relevant on the show. So it doesn't feel like it's natural, authentic, kind of like Mistress Isabel Brooks, Fifi O'Hara, who was the most famous one off the show, who was like the villain. And they didn't clock her ass until the reunion when um who was it when Sharon had said what she said about her, when who was the other one that had to gather her, Jiggly Caliente. So that's when it felt authentic back then because it was like nobody knew what the tea was in the sabotage and stuff that Fifi was doing until they saw the whole season and they were at the reunion, which was filmed in front of an audience. I think that was the first show to do that. But with Plain, it don't feel like it is. And then it's funny because that last episode they showed, it felt to me like y'all were trying to find a way to make Plain likable. Like the producer feels like, oh, y'all trying to make us like Plain out. Like, girl, you done planted the seed. You already put yourself out there to be this girl. So we not buying what you're selling. So you trying to make yourself be like this person that we should all have sympathy and empathy for, and we should start liking all of a sudden. I said, no, bitch. You created that whole villain situation with yourself and failed many a times to try to throw the reeds in the shade and stuff. But now you want us to now you're trying to turn over this new leaf. I'm not buying it. I'm not believing it. It's a bunch of BS. You don't have, and I feel like the reason why it's not selling because you don't got Taylor Swift team behind you. You don't have a way where you don't have a good enough team behind you where they can kind of like rehabilitate your image. So she's gonna have to work a little extra hard than that last episode that she did when it comes to that villain edit or whatever, or just trying to portray not even a villain edit. You said what you said on the show. So that whole situation. So I'm wondering how Madonna of all people decided to bring him on stage. I'm wondering if this was an idea concocted by Bob. Because when I did a story, my last story on Bob the drag queen and Plain Jane's beef on social media, that video so far on TikTok has garnered over 44K views. So um at the end of the day, PJ gets attention. Madonna bringing PJ on stage gives me something to talk about. And like I said, it just feels like a lot of her like a lot of what she's doing on the show just feels disingenuous. Now, at this point, can we please get Madonna on RuPaul's Drag Race? Y'all need to figure out a way to get her on there. I know she probably is going to be expensive because they have a lot of big celebrity names that are popping on the show. The most recent big celebrity that we had on this season was Charlize Theron. Last season we had Ariana Grande. We've had Lady Gaga on the show. We have Nicki Minaj on the show. Like they had Ricky Martin pop up on the show. So they've had a lot of big celebrity names on the show. But the big get I feel like I would love for y'all to get Cher and Madonna on the show, and possibly Diana Ross. Can y'all get them? so that's that's what I'm actually looking forward to. Sidebar: before we get into our final topic, which is about the white party and all the stuff, and we were talking about the last episode. I was thinking about this, and we were talking about T.S. Madison. That last episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, in my opinion, was my favorite. Like the whole idea of like creating their own doll and stuff. That was cute. And I have to say, Plain Jane's doll was cute. I will give her props on that. I love the doll. I love her outfit. And I like the little background that she gave about the whole doll and her and stuff. That was cute. She wasn't my favorite, but I will give her props. The right girl won that episode, which was Q. Q gave it. She gave Evil and Realness with that headpiece. That's what I was thinking. Evil Lynn from Masters of the Universe. When I saw her whole situation that was going on. So she was my favorite. And the right girl went home. But I will say this. Laura Roche being a part of the judging panel, the celebrity y'all need to make her permanent because Law 8. Now I will say this: I did not feel like Law, because another friend of mine pointed out too, and I was like, I wholeheartedly agree. I do not think that Law was a good fit for Legendary. To me, it's like if you judge a ballroom, that was not the tea. You did not, in my opinion, have enough cachet to be even trying to judge the girls in that department. Now, if you was considered you the fashion girl and you judging that, I can understand if you stood on the fashions. But to me, he was a way better fit for Drag Race because you're a gay man, you're a former fashion stylist who's now getting into the whole reality TV space, be it hosting, judging, whatever, because he is a co-host of that new fashion show, OMG Fashion, with Julia Fox. Who, by the way, when I saw her, she came to MSG to a game and she got booed collectively. So I don't know if people featuring her, but I guess with him being a part of the show, it gives the show a little more credence and it has increased my interest in wanting to watch that upcoming show. So, so to finish this up before we get to our final topic, um, I think that Law needs to replace either Carson or Ross. They need to bring him on. T.S. Madison, I really want her to really give as a judge. I like her addition to the show. She's not really giving what needs to be given. I do feel like she's holding back a little bit because I feel like a lot of times when TS goes on other people's platforms, she doesn't really let 110% of herself out. I feel like she lets herself out when she's on her platform. When she does Maddie in the Morning, all other stuff, she's her true authentic self. But I do feel like when she guest hosts, co-hosts, or is a guest on TGIF, or she does Drag Race, I do feel like she holds back a little bit, which is why I'm not 110% sold on her. But as far as like Law being a part of Drag Race, I definitely feel like he needs to be on there. There needs to be a whole rejuvenation. We need a new jolt of life on that show. Remember, at one point, Santino was on the show for 7 seasons before they got rid of him. Merle Ginsburg was a judge on Drag Race for 2 seasons before they brought in Michelle Visage. So the judges could use a bit of a shakeup over there because I just don't feel like Ross and Carson has really been giving it. I don't even feel like they've really been on the show that much in the past 2 seasons. I kind of feel like they're being phased out. I don't know if it's just me, but I do feel like they're being phased out a little bit. So I do hope down the road they do reconsider and bring Law on. Law could do 2 shows. He could do OMG Fashion and he could do Drag Race. They shoot at different times, and I do feel like he should be the new fashion girl. Now, people feel like, oh wait, now if they try to do that behind the scenes bullshit and feel like, oh well, if y'all have T.S. Madison on and you have Law on and you got RuPaul and Michelle, there's too many black people. I was like, we're not gonna do that. First of all, because quiet as is white people, I mean, black people bring it when it comes to the entertainment. We got entertainment on a lot. We definitely bring the viewers. Black people are the most is the biggest demographic that watches TV. So why wouldn't you do that? Um, and we're the biggest consumers out there. Black people are the biggest consumers when it comes not only to television, but also when it comes to buying and putting their money into entertainment spaces. So if y'all feel like it's a little too black to have too many black people like a T.S. Madison and a Laura Roche and a RuPaul, then maybe some of you white folks with your personality to set your pussy up. Instead of some of y'all that I be seeing out here stealing people lingo and stealing people's styles for yourselves so y'all bitches can go viral. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. All right, so before we get to our final topic, let's get to these comments. Mother promoting drag queens in the 90s before it was mainstream. I hate how we're writing history by acting like Madonna wasn't pro LGBTQ and became popular. And that's what I was saying. Like, Madonna's always been someone who has had the back of LGBT, well, particularly gay men, especially when it came to the whole fight with AIDS. Like, she's lost a lot of money standing behind, supporting AIDS and AIDS research and speaking out against how our government has treated people with HIV and AIDS, especially since she's had so many friends who passed away from AIDS, like Keith Haring, like her dance teacher, like so many people. And she pays homage to a lot of these people. If you have seen her celebration tour, when she's doing Live to Tell and she's floating through the arena and the screens come down and it has like Sylvester and so many celebrities and people that she knew that we see on the screen. And that was an emotional moment for me. I told y'all that I shed a tear when I was talking about that during that performance and sang along to every song. That's probably how I got sick because because I did happen to get sick from being at that tour. I know I'm gonna keep talking about that. But yeah, so that's basically what it was. So Madonna's always been someone who has supported the LGBTQ community. And look, when it came to paying homage to her at the what was it? She won the Icon Award at the MTV VMAs. She had, which was appropriately, well, rightfully so, drag queens were on that stage dressed in all of her regalia, kind of similar to what she has at the end of the celebration tour, where everybody comes out in the most iconic looks. And she said, what was it? She said, only a real man could fill my shoes. And then as she was standing with all them drag queens, which I was like, that's such an iconic line. And that sounds so like something Madonna would say. So she has always had her fingers on the pulse of what's going on, not only in pop culture, but of course, the gays have always understood Madonna because Madonna has always been kind of like that rebel, that misunderstood person, that person who has had to go through so much adversity, which is something that we as queer people can relate to. So that's why she's always had her finger on the pulse of the queer community, and the gays have always supported her, young and old. Even though we do get the shade about the ageism and all that mess, she still has, the gays in her corner. And he said, and Mariah Carey, yes, she has. And because TS has to filter herself, I'm not saying it isn't necessarily, I don't think that you have to curse. Because look, if I was in a position similar where I had to be on, where I was judging, or I was like I was judging a show, or if I was hosting a reality show, a reality competition show, which I'm gonna put out in the universe, that is a dream of mine that I have. I would love to be on, a judge on a show or hosting a reality competition series, whatever it is. I got a couple of ideas. The dream, that is the dream. Like, if I'm gonna be in those spaces, yes, I'm not gonna be out here cussing like I am on my show. I'm not gonna be speaking the way I speak on my show because I'm in those other people's spaces. But if I am hired to be a judge, I'm gonna give it to you straight with no chaser. I'm gonna just curb my mouth a little bit. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I'm not gonna use F bombs because you can't be doing that. So I have to watch. It's similar to Bianca Del Rio when they had her doing pit stop. You can't do what you do on your show. You can't be doing what you do on, your regular show and some of your stand-up specials and all that stuff that you would do in those other people's spaces. So I understand that. She do have a sailor mouth, you're correct. But you can't just go and say how you say what you say on other people's spaces. But you can give your opinion if it's required. I'm not gonna hold back on that. Like, you still gonna get Chris. Just a little, I'll hold back a little bit. And Sailor Mermaid is in the building saying, hey, hey. Okay. All right, so let's get to our final topic, which is Ava Max apparently has been announced as the headliner of White Party Palm Springs. So congratulations to rising dance pop sensation Ava Max, who was just announced as the headliner for the White Party in Palm Springs. Now, shout out to Gay Desert Guide for this story. It says White Party Global is proud to announce that Ava Max is its headlining performer, occurring March 29th to 31st in Palm Springs, California. This iconic weekend attracts thousands of attendees from around the world. The addition of Ava Max as the White Party headliner promises to deliver an unforgettable experience for all attendees, with her performance closing out the weekend on Sunday, March 31st, as the biggest event of the weekend, the Pharaoh Tea Dance. Now, Ava Max, the multi-platinum pop sensation, has captured the hearts of millions worldwide with her powerful vocals and infectious energy. Renowned for her smash hits such as Sweet But Psycho, Kings and Queens, and My Head and My Heart, Ava Max has established herself as one of the most compelling performers in contemporary music. Her performance at this year's White Party has her following in the footsteps of other major talent, including Lady Gaga, who she's been compared to, by the way, Jennifer Lopez, and Ariana Grande, saying, I am beyond excited to announce Ava Max performing at White Party 2024, says White Party Global Executive Producer Chris Diamond. I have wanted her to perform for the past 2 years, and the stars have finally aligned. Her energy and performance are going to be the highlight of the festival, so you don't want to miss this weekend. So yeah, kudos to her for let me pull up the White Party situation in case you guys are interested in going. But yeah, kudos to her. I actually like Ava Max's music. Um, I was wondering, I'm like, well, let me finish before I get into my opinion. So it says, White Party Palm Springs is long been celebrated as a premier event, drawing revelers from around the world to partake in its unique blend of music, fashion, and entertainment. The festival's lineup of musicians and entertainment evolves with the times, bringing out some of the most sought-after talent across the globe in Palm Springs stage. Didn't what the hell's her name? Erica Jane also do White Party? I believe she did. So it says, so Ava Max has also spoken out and says, I am so excited to be the Sunday headliner for White Party Palm Springs this year. This is such an iconic event, and I can't wait to dance and celebrate with everyone in the desert. White Party ticket purchasers will have access to hotel rooms featuring spectacular views and upgraded amenities, and access to standout performances by top-tier DJs and musicians only steps away from their hotel rooms. Now, according to Out, the White Party Palm Springs 2024 weekend will kick off with a splash with its all-new event called Aqua Boy, a pool party at the colorful Saguaro Palm Springs, featuring DJs J Fuzz. Wait a minute, is J Fuzz? That name sounds familiar. I think he was like he's a dancer. Like he used to dance for a lot of famous celebrities because that name sounds familiar to me. But anyway, so it says DJ J Fuzz and Sharon O Love. The pool party series will continue on Saturday with Soaking Wet and on Sunday with Mermen. The lineup for this series of parties includes DJ Corey Craig, DJ Dave Auday, and Isis Murtek. Other parties taking place at the event will include Sahara Desert Nights, Pharaoh Tea Dance, and Forbidden. Now, y'all know one thing about the gays, honey, that we will do a theme. We're good at a theme in regards to putting a party together, especially when it comes to white party, and especially with pool party and then doing merman and all this stuff. That's cute. So, Chris Diamond says they said I spent a lot of time thinking about how to take the white party to the next level in 2024. Over the years, White Party has continued to evolve while at the same time maintaining classic elements that have created its legendary status. Beyond a completely reimagined itinerary for the weekend, we curated an eclectic mix of DJs with something to suit everyone's musical taste. It's in a year where everything is getting more expensive. Who you telling? We lowered our prices to everyone, especially our younger guests, can come and experience the community spirit, the joy and music that is White Party. I look forward to seeing you on the dance floor in 2024, which actually would be cute to go to. I'm thinking I might want to go. So if y'all are interested in like the pass prices, event details, the hotel, all that stuff, you guys can head over to whitepartyglobal.com, or you can follow them on Instagram and Facebook. So if y'all interested, like I said, whitepartyglobal.com to see what the ticket prices and all that stuff is, because this might be a good steal. And here's the thing. I'm Ava Max. I work out to her album, particularly Diamonds and Dance Floors. The previous album's okay, but Diamonds and Dance Floors, I have that album on repeat. I work out to it. Shout out to Circuit. He produced the hell out of that album. Now, as far as Ava goes as a pop act, I don't know if she's interested enough to captivate a circuit party audience. But then again, when it comes to the gays, they be so enamored with hot backup dancers, flashy costumes, and a cute EDM pop track. So, that clocks in under 3 minutes. So I don't know if they care about the personality. Because, I think when it comes to pop acts, all we care about is who is Ava Max as a person? Do we even know who this girl is? Are we really feeling her? No other stuff. Like I said, I like her music. I work out to her. But is she interested enough to captivate an audience? I don't know if the audience even cares. They'll be so high, on their little drugs, their party drugs, and drinking alcohol and being in their cute little outfits, skimpy, of course, because it's a pool party. It could be a lot of bikinis, a lot of people possibly in jock straps and, little togas, whatever the case is. They could be wearing, the gays, they come prepared with their little fashions. So so that's basically what that's going to be. So I don't think they care. I just think that, Ava's going to get up there with her cute little outfit, her backup dancers. She's going to give y'all the hits. She's going to give y'all a show. And that's what it is. So shout out to her. Congratulations to her for booking something like White Party Palm Springs, because at the end of the day, if her music is not really going to be selling to the other demographics, because like I said, you know how the music industry is, y'all can be pretty fickle when it comes to who y'all do and do not support. At least the smart thing for someone like an Ava Max is to pander, and I hate using the word pander, but let's use it for the sake of this argument. She could pander her music to the gays. The gays are loyal. Like I said, y'all love a cute little bop. No, I should say y'all. I do too, which is why I said I like Ava's music. I work out that music. When her music is short, I work out that music when I'm at the gym. So, even though her music is what it is, pander to the gays. We love supporting a diva or a diva in training, especially if she's cute and she got a good song and she can sing her ass off and she give us a cute little 1-2 step. So there's that. Good luck to her. Good luck to you, Ava. I'm sure I'll be seeing all the stuff on social media. I'll probably see the clips and stuff when it comes out. But I definitely am thinking about wanting to possibly go to White Party this year. I just got to think about how I'm gonna get my ass out there because I ain't been to California since I came back to New York 4 years ago. Okay, so Robert says Paula Abdul and Cali. Yeah, Paula Abdul. I think I think maybe 2-3 years ago, Paula Abdul performed at the White Party. So like I said, we love a diva, be it she dime store or on the level of a Madonna. So shout out to you, sis. Um, okay, so I think we are. Hold on. All right, so we're done with today's show. We're at the end. Thank you all for tuning in to the latest episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. Do yourselves a favor and hit that like button, that subscribe button if you haven't already, or that notification button so that way you know when we go live with another brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. Thank you all for tuning into this pre-Super Bowl episode. And, I love you all for watching. I love you all who have me on in the background as I'm just running my mouth. I definitely, I'm appreciative of all of you who have and continue to support this little old show that I do. And yeah, so thank you all for watching, like I said before. And until next time, ciao, darlings.